Hey guys, welcome to Mason Merc Metal Detecting, and it is a Saturday and it is raining outside, so today is going to be a Shout Out Saturday. Who do you want to shout out to today, Mace?
Clark's Cove Detecting.
Clark's Cove Detecting. So we back in May, they invited us to be on their Conversations, which is a live stream they do on Saturdays, where they pick a metal detecting channel and they just talk to them, interview them. People can type into the live chat, ask questions, and let me tell you what, it was a lot of fun. Well, after that was over, they decided to put a little package together and send it to us, and we're going to share that with you guys today. So first, we'll start by reading the letter. Mason and Jim, hey guys, hope all is well your way. It was such a pleasure meeting the two of you on our live stream. You both make a great team. Good luck to both of you in the future, and may you always find treasure. These marbles were made April 2023 here in West Virginia, as well as the stands, which are melted marbles. Hope all arrive safe. Your friends, Robert and Melissa, Clark's Cove Detecting. So we didn't show you that stuff yet, but they sent us some marbles. So these are beautiful marbles that are made in their great state of West Virginia.
And these are melted marbles for stands.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, so they take an old marble and they melt it so that you can stand their brand new marble up in it. And they sent Mason an orange one. Whoop. And they sent me a red one. These things are so cool, let me tell you what. And one thing they taught us about marbles, which if you guys watched our newest episode, you would have caught it in the wrap-up, but we told them the only time we had ever found a marble metal detecting was Mason found one, and he found it right in the same hole as a spray paint can.
It was in the spray paint can.
It was in the spray paint can. So Robert and Melissa informed us that when you shake up a spray paint can, you hear that little thing rattling around that mixes up the paint.
That's a marble.
That's a marble. So I was out metal detecting on Monday, and actually there was a rotted spray paint can inside the cellar hole. And because it was already rotted, you don't put that down for a second. You got to make sure you don't just hit any old spray paint can. This one was rotted, so it didn't have any of the pressure inside of it or anything like that. But I drove my Root Slayer shovel straight through it, and we found our second marble. So we've only found two marbles so far, and both of them have come out of spray paint cans. And I had no idea that that's what that noise that you hear inside the spray paint can was an actual marble. So anytime I find any rotted, again, anybody watching this, you don't want to strike any spray paint can. If it's still pressurized, do not be hitting that with a shovel because that will blow up in your face. But but the one I found was rotted. It was clearly rotted. You could see holes in it, so I knew it was okay to strike it with a shovel and cut it in half.
And the one that I found, it was only the top half of it. So
yeah, so again, don't just go cutting spray paint cans in half if they're pressurized because that could be a disaster. And another thing that while we are waiting for the live stream to happen, we got a chance to just conversate back and forth with Robert and Melissa. And what they informed us was we were talking about how we had sold a bunch of railroad spikes and bought Mason's detector, a bunch of railroad spikes that we had collected out in the woods and put in buckets and then sold to the local blacksmiths. And they asked us if we had ever, when we've been walking the old railroad tracks, the old railroad beds, if we ever saw any old ties. They have these they're called date nails. Yeah, let's see. Robert and Melissa actually sent us a couple of them after we talked about it back and forth with them for a little while. But these are date nails. So they would drive these spikes down into the center of the railroad, or somewhere in the railroad tie. They're not always centered, but they would drive them down in it, and then the numbers that are on them coincide with the date that the railroad tie was put there, so they knew when they were doing maintenance how old that tie was and if it was something that needed to be pulled out of the ground and replaced with a new one. These things got phased out in about the 1970s, so way prior to 1970. A lot of railroad companies stopped using them, but they're pretty cool. So when you see them, they're pretty rare. Well, just this past Monday, I was out metal detecting a field with Mason and Lily. And Lily happened to notice there was a railroad tie in the middle of this field indicating that a train track used to go straight through the field. And me and Mason tried for the life of us to pry it out of the ground. And we just couldn't get that date nail out of the ground. and we wanted it so bad because the ones that Robert and Melissa sent us were 52 and 54. So that's 1952, 1954. And I guess they did say some of them could be as old as 1800s, but I'm guessing these are 1900s. But the one we found said 35 on it, which would mean 1935, so it is even older. We tried so hard to get that thing out of the, but we just couldn't pry it, could we, bud?
Yeah, we tried too hard that we kind of bent it.
We bent it trying to pry it out of the ground with our root slayers. So I happened to be in that town today, and I knew I was going to be there, help my parents out, so I brought a crowbar back with me, and guess what? We got that date now, and it's a 1935 beauty. So anytime you guys are out walking over railroad tracks, if you look off to the side where they've discarded the old ties, don't hesitate to roll those things around, try to take a look at them. These things are cool, and they're completely phased out. You don't find them anymore. But now we have 3 of them. Thanks to Robert and Melissa, we got the 2 they sent us, and now we have an even older one. So we're up to 3. And you know us, we love saving those relics. But another thing Robert and Melissa sent us was our these cool bracelets that say, "It's a cover thing, it's a cover thing." Mason wears his, I got mine here, and I use mine as a stand for the date nails that they sent us on our display shelf there, and now I'm going to add this one to it today. They also sent us their cool sticker. Mason, you want to show us your sticker board? Oh yeah, those are cool too. They sent us those ones, but let's show them the Clark's Cove detecting sticker. So our sticker board is really filling up here. Show them where Robert and Melissa's sticker is.
Dun 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 dun.
And what does it say?
Clark's Cove detecting. You lose it, we find it.
You lose it, and they're gonna find it. So you guys over in West Virginia, don't lose your stuff, because if you do, Robert and Melissa, well, they're gonna find it. And last but not least, another thing they sent us were these awesome stickers. So once they interview on their show there, you become a permanent member of their little group, the Covers, and you get to decide if you want to be a pledge or if you want to be a prospect. And Mason chose that he wanted to be a prospect for life, and he decided he wanted Dad to not be the same thing. He wanted Dad to be a pledge. So here we go. We got these. We got the Clark's Cove detecting sticker on our sticker board. And we got these. We haven't decided if we want to stick these on the sticker board or if we want to stick these somewhere special. Maybe we'll get a Finds display case. We'll stick these on the glass or something. But anyway, we just wanted to give a big shout out from Mason Merc Metal Detecting to Clark's Cove and say thank you guys so much for having us on your show. And thank you for the goodies. And we hope you like the stuff that we sent you back in return. You want to say something to Robert and Melissa?
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Whee! Here's a quick glimpse at our display.
All right, we're gonna show you guys where we keep all our stuff. Some of our stuff. We have stuff everywhere, but there's our Robert and Melissa bracelet with our date nails. This is our case with all of our cool coins that we found. It's starting to fill up nicely. We have on top our Garrett Ace 250 metal detector, which was our first one. We don't use it anymore.
Yep.
But that's what got us into the hobby. And here are some of our cool relics. A lot of these bottles I actually buy because I do love bottles, but a lot of them we've actually dug.
I found.
Ooh, they haven't seen the video yet. We haven't made that one. Don't ruin the surprise.
You don't see that.
But here's some of our stuff. There's my military band I dug in Hawaii. That's Cameron Lopez. Rest in peace. We got a piece of a brass chest. We got a Boy Scout neckerchief that was given to us by Jason from the 603 Diggers.
We found this key in a tiny little field, or not field, but
home site. It was a cellar hole home site.
And it's a lock plate, but the key is rusted in.
Yeah, you see that? So the lock plate is rusted just enough that the key, and we could clean it, but we don't want to. We want that key to stay in there forever. It's a skeleton key rusted inside of a lock plate. Pretty cool find.
I got this woman's sash buckle from
the late 1800s, the Victorian era. All right, we don't want to talk about too much of this stuff. We don't want to make this wicked long, but here's our display case. We got Robert and Melissa's marbles. We got their bracelet and the date nails. And let me just show you a bunch of stuff. Got some insulators. There's our colonial shoe buckles. Some harmonica reeds, Mason's roach clip he dug way back when, knee buckle, tons of spoons. We find spoons everywhere. Hames knob, Conestoga bell, Rains guide, silver spoons, and these bottles, not the mason jars, but all these bottles are the ones that we've dug. And that one, and that one, and that one I found. But anyway, just want to give you a quick glimpse at our display case and where we keep Robert and Melissa's stuff that they sent us. Thank you guys so much.